What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with a new video. And today, it is time that we talk about the 2024 presidential election. Because everyone, things may be getting more hairy than we expect. Now, as many of you probably know, it seems like 2024 will more than likely see a rise in the third party vote share. You know, in 2020, it was about 3% of the vote. Well, in 2024, there's a serious chance that the third party vote may be larger than even 2016. And this is due to multiple factors, but look at this. Former Maryland Governor Larry Hogan makes case for third party candidate in 2024. It may be time. That's right, everybody. There is a serious possibility Larry Hogan may run for president of the United States. Now, before we continue with today's video, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Guys, just for $1 a month, you can join Real American. This is the best way to support the daily content we all know and love. So I hope and recommend you join the channel today. Alright, everybody. So like I said, we've been talking more and more about this no labels party. And we've been wondering who will be potentially their candidate. Now there may be another contender. First it was Joe Manchin, then John Huntsman, then now Larry Hogan. Former Maryland Governor Larry Hogan made the case Friday for why, quote unquote, it may be time to launch a third-party bid in the 2024 presidential race, as the contest continues trending towards a rematch between President Biden and former President Trump. That is right. There is a serious possibility that we have Larry Hogan potentially running. An overwhelming majority of Americans are looking for someone else, Hogan said on CNN this morning. And so, when given the choice between Donald Trump or Biden or neither, most Americans pick neither. I actually disagree with that. Most people do pick one of the two parties, but I do think basically everyone agrees there needs to be another party. You know, the current system is unsustainable. Just Democrats and Republicans, because let's be 100% honest. When you really look at it, the differences between the GOP establishment and the Democrat establishment, outside of maybe some social issues, what's the difference? Neocons and neoliberals. There's really no difference between the two parties' establishments. And I think more and more voters are realizing that both parties just suck. All right, there's candidates that are good. You know, Republicans have Hawley, Vance, Trump, Schmidt, etc. But it's like the Republican Party itself, people hate both parties. And I do agree that I think majority of Americans want a third party. That's not the Libertarian Party. The Libertarian Party is a joke. The Green Party, also a joke. But at least they represent something that makes slight sense when you think about it. But even then, it's like there's no real third parties. If we're faced with these two choices, look, it's very understandable why so many people in America would like to have another choice, he added. Hogan currently serves as national co-chairman of the No Labels, a political group that has been pushing for a third-party ticket. While the former Maryland governor ruled out running under the Republican Party earlier this year, he also said at the time that he wasn't ruling out a third-party bid. Now, that's the key. You know, Larry Hogan, in my opinion, was, of the Northeastern governors, the best. Outside, you know, you got Sununu, Charlie Baker, Phil Scott, and, of course, Hogan. Hogan was easily the best. I mean, he helped us in redistricting. He saved Andy Harris, if we're being honest with ourselves. And overall, I just think he was a good enough governor for the state. But as a Republican, that's kind of pushing it. The moderate Republicans stirred speculation about a potential White House run earlier this week, after a Hogan supporting PAC released a video touting the governor's tenure and suggesting there's no place in America where these very same principles cannot succeed. Hogan also said, or told ABC News on Tuesday, that a third-party bid would be difficult but worth trying. What does this sound like to you? That Larry Hogan is seriously considering a run for president. We're in unprecedented, uncharted waters where we've never been as a country, and we don't know what it's going to be like next spring, Hogan said Friday when asked about the recent 2024 speculation. And so I left the door cracked open. I think we may be at a point. We don't know at this point, but it may be time for folks to have the courage to put the country first, rather than to just continue the status quo politics as usual that we're all fed up with, he added. This actually sounds kind of good. I know that he's talking about, cringe centrism, but I do agree that the current system, both parties stink, if we're being 100% honest. There needs to be a significant third party. But that's not what this video is detailing. Question is, who would this help or hurt if, say, Larry Hogan or Joe Manchin got involved? In my humble opinion, I believe if Manchin or Hogan ran for president, it would help Trump. History shows when there's a major third-party vote, it tends to hurt the incumbent. And you have Republicans like Murkowski. Senator Lisa Murkowski said Thursday if the presidential the 2024 election is between President Biden and former President Trump, she would go with Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia, who has so far not launched a presidential bid. These are the type of Republicans somebody like Manchin, somebody like Larry Hogan would win. They would win these people that, let's be real, Murkowski probably voted for Biden. If we're being 100% honest with ourselves, she probably did. So when you think about it, this third-party vote, in my opinion, it would take away Republicans. But it's not necessarily Republicans that were going to vote for Trump anyways. They probably didn't vote in 2016 for him. That's the key. I do believe these are Republicans that are like Lisa Murkowski. They're not really Republicans. They just register as a Republican just for convenience. If it's a matchup between Biden and Trump, I know exactly where I would go. I would go with Joe Manchin, Murkowski said in an interview with PBS's Margaret Hoover on Firing Line. I am one who doesn't like to use my vote for the lesser two evils. I want to be proactive in who I think could do the job. You see what I'm talking about? There are many Republicans, even Democrats, that they're not going to vote for Trump. That's 100% honest with themselves. But I don't think they want to vote for Biden either. So somebody like Larry Hogan or Joe Manchin, they're somewhat centrist. There's some people that you can talk with. They're not necessarily, most conservative people in the world. But, technically they're centrist compared to the Democrats. I know Hogan's a Republican, but it's like, that's kind of pushing the terminology of it. But either way, I do believe a third-party vote would hurt Biden more than it does Trump. History shows it, even most polling. Now, I know that Monmouth came up with a poll that showed Biden would beat Trump, but it's like every other poll conducted has shown it's a complete opposite. One poll had Trump down by 3 without a third-party vote. With a third-party vote, it's tied. It's one poll that showed about the same between Trump and Biden without a third party and with a third party. So I think overall that this is something that many people need to pay attention to about 2024. We could see a serious possibility of a third-party candidate getting more than even potentially, Gary Johnson in 2016. He got, 3%? I think somebody like Manchin or Hogan could maybe crack 4%. They have a lot of money behind them. No Labels absolutely has the funding. They're going to be on all the ballots. And there are a lot of Republicans and Democrats. They're not going to vote for Trump. And a lot of them were probably going to vote for Biden. But if there's this third-party vote, they're probably going to vote for him, the third-party candidate. I mean, these people that say that a third-party vote wins Republicans over. But these Republicans, most of them are Democrats at this point. They voted for Biden in 2020. So what are you losing? You're losing Biden supporters. Hey, Republicans need to push the Green Party and the No Labels ticket on every single state. I mean, we're not even talking about the Green Party. Cornel West, if he just takes 1 or 2% and he's on every single state, unlike 2020 with Howie Hawkins, there's a chance that alone kills Biden's margin in Wisconsin, in Georgia, in Arizona, because the Green Party wasn't on the ballot in Wisconsin or Georgia. Just do the math on that. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you do enjoy these type of videos, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Thank you so much. Godspeed to all of you.